leader, as we know, in July of 2011, Treasury sanctioned and designated 6 al-Qaeda terrorists and reported that they are working for a network that would be headquartered in Iran, operating under an agreement between al-Qaeda and the Iranian regime. Do you think that the administration should sanction senior Iranian political leadership folks, including Ahmadinejad and the Supreme Leader? He has the authority under Executive Order 13224 because they're providing material support to al-Qaeda. And let me ask you an additional question. You know, a lot of individuals in the international community, they're under the impression that the United States has done everything we can to fully sanction the Iranian regime. And as we know, and we discussed right here, nothing could be further than the truth. And you pointed out in your testimony, we must fully end Iran's access to the international banking system, increase pressure on Iran through the insurance sector, require companies that avail themselves of U.S. capital market to disclose the business that they conduct in Iran and with the Iranian regime, bar international cargo and crude shippers that serve Iranian ports from docking in U.S. ports for 10 years. There's so much more that needs to be done. In addition to sanctioning the supreme leaders, tell me what you think will come out of this upcoming negotiations, May 23rd in Baghdad. What has been accomplished with previous negotiations? What could be accomplished with this? And why is there that sense incorrect that we have done all the sanctions that could possibly be had, and that's why there's nothing else to do but to negotiate for some settlement? If you could comment on any of those. We'll start with Ambassador Wallace.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. It's a very important question, a good question. This committee has really led in the area of sanctions and dragged, frankly, much of the rest of the sanctions community along with it over the years. And it's a problem we've been dealing with since 1978-79, and we've seen really bad behavior from the Iranian regime, and we haven't dealt with Iran effectively through successive administrations. We call for something very clear on the United Against Nuclear Iran, and I'm hoping to convince you all that it's possible. We have to have an economic blockade of that government. As Ray testified very accurately, this is an economy that is very dependent upon outside sources. We can do that, and our focus has been on banking, insurance, disclosure and debarment, and shipping, and importantly, oil. And if we say no more banking, no more insurance, deny any shipping opportunity, and force all Iranian businesses to disclose, and continue to pursue the oil embargo, you will see that economy continue to be stressed. When this committee did such important work on SWIFT, my colleagues at the table as well, we track we track the rial, the Iranian currency. And when you looked at the precipitous drop of the rial at the time of the sanctioning of SWIFT and the discussion even of sanctioning of SWIFT, it was an incredible and precipitous drop. If we were able to cut them off fully and completely from the banking industry, deny them their oil exports in a fundamental way, continue to do so, and their ability to ship, have an impact on their automotive industry. We have a plan to sanction their automotive industry. It's a dirty little secret, but it's the 13th largest automotive producer in the world. It's the fastest growing in the Middle East. It's the largest part of their economy other than oil. We have to do more to sanction these areas of the economy.
Thank you. Thank you, Ambassador Wallace. I'll let the other gentleman come.
You know, I think the most effective sanction that is available, is out there, is a sanction that decreases the global price of oil. Because the Iranian budget today is set at a price per barrel of $85. So while I absolutely agree with my colleague here that we should seek the most robust sanctions, we have to also be cognizant of the fact that anything we do that spooks oil markets and drives up the price of oil will only enrich Ali Khamenei, will only buy him more time, will only embolden him. So we should be very careful about threading the needle when it comes to oil market sanctions and financial sanctions. I would argue that with spare capacity still very tight in the market, the best thing we can do is turn Iranian oil into a toxic asset, into a distressed asset, and in doing so, force the Iranians to offer price discounts on every barrel.
Thank you. And I apologize. Maybe somebody will get to you, Dr. TK. I'm out of time. Thank you, sir.